Hello, 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 everybody. Hello, hello, hello. That is a lot of hellos. Welcome back to a brand new episode this week of the Bento Boxcast. This is episode 4 of season 2. Hello, welcome, everybody. Hello, hello. More hellos,
Hello.
Jesus. The most animeist podcast of all the internet. We are here coming at you on whatever audio platform you may so choose. We got you covered on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, or any other platform associated with, shout out, anchor.com. But of course, you'll find us at our home base, our mainstay, our club room, youtube.com. Just look up the Bento Boxcast and you'll see our iconic logo and you can definitely check it out. By the way, we are also on, Jesus, I'm forgetting the website. Renee, do you remember the one that I had recently created?
WordPress?
There you go, WordPress. You can look us up on there too. It's pretty cool. It's a work in progress, guys. Don't come at us, all right? Trust it'll be a lot better in the future. In every episode, you, the viewers, have the chance to add some topics, suggest some talking points for us to discuss, and the only way to have that happen is if you tweet at us at the Bento Boxcast or at our personal Twitters. Or you could also join our Discord. Everything that we have just mentioned will be in the description down below, which reminds me I got to add the WordPress link. And feel free to chat us up. There you go. That's what I was trying to say. Anytime, any place, on any of those beautiful sites, and get involved with the community. Yeah, there you go. Boom. Welcome, everybody.
Beautiful.
Good
Hi.
job.
Hey, guys.
So,
Hello.
I'm good. I'm actually really good. Thank you, Renee, for beating me to the point. I love that. It has been a great week of anime. I'm not even going to lie. For me personally, actually. I rewatched a lot of animes.
How many hours would you say you've watched of anime this week?
I would honestly attribute it, or no, not attribute it, but what's the word? It's about the same amount of hours that Rafa does VR chat. So what was it, like 40 hours a week?
Oh no, Alex was saying it was 40 hours a day.
Oh God.
So, that's according to Alex, it's 40 hours a day.
Oh, we're never gonna let this go.
No, I'm not.
So I had to just do a quick callback, but but no, I would say I watched a good amount of hours. That's definitely over my allotted consumption rate of anime.
What did you see?
I rewatched all of Dragon Ball Super, which is a lot of episodes. I rewatched. Oh man, I gotta go look at my list now. Jesus, I'm embarrassing myself here. I rewatched some of One Piece. I rewatched what is this show called? Trinity 7. And I rewatched one more show. Oh, Recovery of an MMO Junkie.
That's a good one.
I like that one a lot.
Yeah.
Did you just have like a lot of downtime, or
yes, actually, a lot of
Okay.
downtime. like I said before we started potting, like I just haven't been streaming a lot, and basically, I had a lot of stuff to do around the house, and then also just some like pre-work stuff.
Gotcha.
So I was like, all right, cool. I have some downtime, so I might as well just do this. And throughout my downtime, instead of playing video games, I watched anime, which it could have been used in a better way, but yeah, but it's too late
same
now.
difference.
I mean, hey, you know what? I fulfilled my responsibilities, right? And I said, I'm just gonna chill out, and just do what I gotta do, and it ended up being watching anime. So there it is. But Rafa, how about you, Rafa? How you been?
Pretty good. Just doing me. Work.
Love that. We love to hear it.
Yeah. I just ate some Wingstop, as I was telling. I ordered mild and lemon pepper. The mild wasn't that great, so I didn't eat the mild, so I only ate the lemon pepper.
Honestly, I
Next
feel like
question.
it's a hit or miss. We're gonna become a food review now podcast. And last, no, we're not even gonna touch on that topic anymore.
Wait, which topic? What was he gonna say?
Go ahead, Rafa.
Wait, I was gonna say, I'm just gonna be taking questions from now on.
Oh.
I'm just gonna answer questions. I don't know what Hector's talking about. Hector's going crazy.
I thought we were gonna go further into discussion on on mild and lemon pepper. I was gonna say that lemon pepper is just always the way to go at Wingstop, but
Oh yes, I think that's like the safest thing you can
Do you
get.
guys? Okay, hold up.
What's up? What's up?
Your opinion in Wingstop is gonna matter a lot with this answering this following
OMG.
question.
Okay.
Do you guys get it bone in or boneless?
bone in.
Boneless.
Okay, Renee's opinion on Wingstop here is null and void. Okay, I only would acknowledge Hector's opinion in Wingstop from now on.
I don't really care though, because like to be honest, like Wingstop's not even all that. It's not even all that.
Yeah, I agree. I like Wingstop, but I know for a fact it is not it. You know what has? Never mind. I was about to keep going on the food tangent.
No, go ahead.
I was about to say, you know who has great wings? Hooters.
I like their wings.
Bro,
I agree.
shut up! You just go there to stare at the girls.
No, that
Get your horny
that is
ass outta
not
here, bro.
okay. That is not
You're
okay,
lying.
and
That's
a
not
slap
okay,
on the
but you
wrist.
still go to Hooters.
Hey, man, Hooters has some good food though.
They
I'm
do.
not gonna lie.
They really do.
They have a really good chicken sandwich too.
I don't eat at Hooters because I don't
Use your words. Yeah,
mm.
use your words wisely.
I'm
don't
not
what?
there to objectify women.
I just go there for the food.
Hey, yo, homie, I'm there for the food, dog.
They are a restaurant.
It is a restaurant chain. I do not.
I'm a good Christian boy. Okay.
Oh my god.
I don't do that. I go. I was gonna say I go to Chick-fil-A.
They're okay.
No, that was a.
Personally, for me, they're an S tier food.
No, I get the joke.
Okay, cool. I didn't want to explain it.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Playing pod. This isn't the playing pod. I can't get too crazy up in here.
Oh, thank you.
Wow.
No, it's a good thing, Renee. It's a good thing, Renee.
Oh, but we had two very different reactions, Hector.
Renee wants me to say crazy shit on here.
I'm just like, please, because I've heard some of the stuff on the playing pod with Alex saying some wild things.
Oh, Alex is
true. This is true.
And then Rafa just is 2 peas in a pod.
Yeah, baby. Hey, yo, check it out.
No,
Shameless
please.
plug.
Oh God, okay, I thought you were gonna say
soon,
something
everybody.
terrible, dude. Oh no.
Brand new podcast, 2 peas in a pod with me and Alex, where we talk about crazy shit.
Can I leave now?
I know, right?
Yeah. Anyways, thanks for listening to this anime podcast, guys. Have a good day.
Wow, we love the anime that's been in this pod
look at
so
all the
far.
anime we talked about.
Honestly, all this wildness has brought us to a perfect timing, Rafa. It is time for This Week in Anime, or what we also like to call the news segment.
I dropped my phone.
Oh my god!
It's time for the news with our anime correspondents, Hector and Renee. Not me, because I didn't pick any articles.
You know, for once, I was like, Rafa got this. Okay, he's ready. And then the phone. I
thought it was like my internet connection.
Me too. I was like, oh no, he just cut out in the middle of his.
I dropped my phone.
Oh, Rafa, what a beautiful and kind soul you are.
Thanks.
All right, so I feel like we had discussed this before, but I completely forgot what the answer was. Renee, who was going first?
Oh, I can
Good
go.
job.
I can go. Yeah. So yeah, it's some news for you guys. The 60th Japan Science Fiction Convention revealed the list of nominees for the 52nd Seuin Awards on April 24th. The nominees of the media category include Decadence, NHK, Kishibe Rohan, Keep Your Hands Off, Izukin. I am trying my best here. You also have Ultraman Z, ID Invaded, BNA, Brand New Animal, and then we're actually really excited about this. Demon Slayer, the movie, which was amazing. Aga Pricker Miracle Leap. That sounds about right. Drifting Dragons and Maida Kinetsu Fantasy. And I hope those sound familiar to you, or I hope those sound right to you guys.
I say for the
Um,
most part, yeah.
but yeah, so we have those nominees going on for the media category, and like I said, like we're really excited that Demon Slayer, the movie, was nominated for this award. So
I'm actually super excited
um,
about the Decadence too, because me and
I've
Rafa had started
never
watching
heard of
it, and it
that.
was actually really cool. It's like this
It's a really, really great. It's a really good anime with something with a twist that you don't expect at a certain point. It really switches up of what you expect and what you're watching.
Hmm.
also
What's the
BNA.
genre, or what is it like? I don't even know what it's about. Like,
So like Decadence is essentially like so think of Attack on Titan, right? But not as serious. Um, and instead of being stuck inside like multiple walls, you're stuck inside of a moving fortress. Uh,
okay.
and instead of titans, it's like these like insect monster type things.
Hmm.
And they have like these special like attack units who go and fight. Kind of like what are they? The scouts, right? So it's kind of like them who go
Mm-hmm.
fight the monsters. But instead of like the zip line, like they kind of have in the zip line stuff and the steam engine stuff that they have in Attack on Titan, they have like these like probes and like these knives where like they use the energy from the monsters so that they can fly in zero gravity within like these bubbles. Um,
Sounds pretty
and they
cool.
kind of fight like that, and then you like get. I think they get the monster like blood or whatever they have in them as like fuel for the fortress, something like that. It's really interesting.
Yeah, so there's two groups in that like world. Like pretty much the world is it's like apocalyptic. I think I said that right. Whatever.
It's right.
Right. And the only people who are still alive is in this big ass fortress. And there's two groups. There's the people who do maintenance on the fortress itself. You know, make sure it runs well, it's clean, engineering, shit like that. And there's another group who are considered like the hunters, like the warriors. They go out and fight those monsters. And once they kill those monsters, they use the monsters' remains to live, pretty much. You know, so they eat the monster meat. They use the blood as fuel and stuff like that. So they harvest the bodies afterwards. So that's what these humans do to keep alive. It's a really good show.
It
Uh,
sounds interesting.
you really like the characters. And and the show the show itself does something at a certain point that really switches things around on you, where you think it's going one way and it literally takes a left turn, and then you're either on board or you get left behind, and it's a really cool twist.
No, it sounds cool. And I mean, it
Yeah,
got nominated, so I mean,
yeah,
that's pretty
yeah.
cool. Did you guys like watch any of the other stuff on this list?
Yeah, BNA, brand new animal. Um,
Brand new animal.
yeah,
Okay.
that one's
BNA.
really cool too.
That one's really good. Yeah,
That
that
one
one's on
is
Netflix.
yeah, it's a Netflix.
Mm.
It's a Netflix original. It's a sci-fi show. It came out last year, and it's like it's really cool. It's essentially like humans and like beast people, so like animal people, coexist on Earth. But
Furries. Just say
I would not.
furries.
That's not even the way to explain it.
They look like furries.
They're beast people. They are animal people. That is what they are. Furries. I'm not even gonna go there. Never mind. That is a that is a place I am not gonna go, Rafa. It's cool. It's like it talks about like um the way that the world kind of views both beast people and then humans, and how there's like a huge diversity between them, and how there's like this bad stigma when it comes to like the beast people, and how
Hmm.
the main character has to fight with uh kind of being a part of both worlds in a way. Which I don't want to give off too information in case you do
For
check it
sure.
out, but it's really good. It's like actually one of my favorite anime on Netflix that Netflix created.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's really
Mm.
good. It's
It's
super
a
pretty too.
really good show. It's a really good show. The animation's really nice to me. It has great music. Like the main character, I don't remember her name, but I call it Tanuki Girl because she looks like a Tanuki. She's fucking cool. I really like her character. So I know you guys are strictly on sub only, but the dub is really good. It's one of those rare anime that has really good dub.
Okay.
Yeah, the main character's name is Michiru Kagemori.
Michiru. Got it.
But yeah,
Sounds
that
pretty
is
cool.
one I would say check out. But it's really cool to see all these animes that are like, being put up for this Seiun Award for sci-fi. It's actually pretty cool. I was kind of surprised to see some of these animes kind of get listed. BNA was not one that I would have thought of for like sci-fi, but it's super sick.
I will have to put these on my list.
Yeah, definitely check them out when you get a chance. They're worth watching.
Sweet. And then just some more news. With the pandemic, still going on, a lot of events are still being canceled or being postponed to like later in the year or next year. Especially a lot of anime conventions. Um, the anime convention, Anime Fest, that is usually hosted in Texas, Dallas, Texas, announced last week that they would be canceling their event due to COVID-19. But what they're doing instead is they're going to be hosting like a free virtual celebration event like at the end of July. So it's cool to to see places that like unfortunately things are being canceled, but they are trying to make up for it. And yeah, and like I said, it's a free event, and I think that's actually worth checking out. I've never really done an anime fest, so it's kind of cool that they're doing this free thing at the end of July. So yeah, we should definitely, or you should definitely check it out. Yeah.
I know me and Rafa checked out the Crunchyroll Virtual Fest
Mm-hmm.
last year
Ooh, how
because
was that?
it was actually really interesting. I'm not gonna lie, it was so essentially what they had to do was most of the panels that they would have, they'd had like a pre-recorded kind of conversation. They weren't exactly live all the time, um, but it would be like, for example, the creator of Attack on Titan would be sitting down and be like doing a virtual panel. Sometimes they would be live, sometimes they would be pre-recorded, where they would just kind of like, I guess, through like Reddit or through their Twitter or whatever, they would kind of send questions and the creator would answer, and kind of give teasers. But like my favorite part about the event, or like through the Crunchyroll event, was like they would show glimpses of new anime that would be coming out, and kind of just have like insight on
Ooh.
the creator, kind of talking about like, oh well, in this past season of so and so anime, I wanted to make sure that this character got like a lot of attention, or I don't know if you noticed the subtle hints that I was giving for what's to come. Like they would just kind of give like clues and like their thoughts on the show, and sometimes they would talk about manga, sometimes they talk about anime, but like all in all, it was like a really cool and interesting event. I can't say I watched everything because obviously at a convention you got
Hmm.
to pick and choose, right? Like they started
Right.
like, I don't know, like 7, 8, 9 a.m. and then they go all the way till like 7, 8, 9 p.m. So it's just like there's so much content within those days, and I know Crunchyroll's like lasted around 3 to 4 days. So I don't know how long this one's gonna be.
And I mean, with the Crunchyroll one, was it just like panels? I mean, I know it's a virtual event, so was that all that it was, or
Um,
were there other things?
there was like artists. It's
Oh,
essentially
okay.
like like drawing stuff live on like the, I think it was like the
Mm-hmm.
Twitch channel or whatever, or the website that they were using. And then there was also like musical performances. There was
Oh, that's cool.
like mini concerts. I know there was like 2 or 3 mini concerts that also happened. And then like yeah, so there was a lot of art going around. Like a lot of artists would come on and like kind of just like draw the anime characters, and then they'd take like, I remember one that I did watch. They took recommendations from like the viewers, and they would say, "Oh, can
Mm-hmm.
you draw, this character in this universe, or in the universe that they pertained in? Like, I don't know, like let's say like you're a Demon Slayer artist, and they're like, oh, could you draw, I don't know, like Link in Demon Slayer world or something, just something random like that."
Gotcha.
And then
Yeah.
they would sometimes do it, they sometimes wouldn't, but it was like really really cool to see.
No, it sounds pretty awesome.
And they also had contests, like cosplay contests and stuff like that. So like you would send a video of your costume, of your cosplay, and they'll like vote on it. Or I don't know if either you send a video or you'd be live on camera, like from home. I
Oh,
just know they had that. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So it's cool. It's I mean it's a nice I don't even say like in between, I guess you can say, because we still can't really be back to before where we could go to
Right.
conventions and do all that stuff in person, because conventions are one of the most packed
Mm-hmm.
like events. Like we've all been to conventions before, so we know how crazy those can get. And even for example, let's just say that COVID is pretty much gone, right? Like everybody's vaccinated, and like the numbers are going down and stuff like that. Let's just say hypothetically that's like where we are. People are still not going to be 100% going to conventions. There are people still going to be
Right.
scared. They will still want to. They're going to worry. They'd rather be safe than sorry. So they're going to they still will not go out. I'm pretty sure that's going to be an after effect after COVID and all this other stuff. So they're just trying to just like any other entertainment company, group or whoever's out there trying to figure out like, well, how can we still do what we do
Mm-hmm.
in this landscape where people can't gather. So
Yeah, for sure.
it's cool to see. Can't wait to see what they have planned. The Crunchyroll one was pretty cool too. I do like I can kind of jump in and out. Like I was at work looking at some parts here and there, and so like you don't feel like super attached to it. Like when we would go to the convention, that's your day right there. If you go for a day
Mm-hmm.
or two, with this you can kind of pop in and out, throughout the day, and you still do what you got to do. So it has its pros and its cons, I guess you can say.
Right. I think a pro for me is definitely like not being in these like overpacked rooms.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I would go to C2E2 every year, and as much as I loved going, I feel like it just got more packed year after year, and it takes away from the fun. Like you're just so crammed. There's just too many people. Like it's really hard to enjoy everything. So I think I don't know, maybe these virtual conventions will become my thing just because I don't have to deal with like people. Um, but yeah.
Right, exactly. That was like the worst thing about it, just how long the lines were, and like
Mhm.
especially like on the main floor where all the vendors are, or whatever, like the booths and stuff
It's
like
too
that.
much.
Like
It's
at a
too
certain
much.
point, yeah, like at a certain point, it was just impossible to walk through there. Like, uh, if you really want to enjoy it, like, and really explore, you have to get there early so you can really look around, because
Oh,
at a
right.
certain yeah, at a
Or like
certain point it gets too packed.
or don't go like on a Friday or Saturday. Like I think like for C2E2, I think they started I think like what, Thursday? I think like
They're
Thursdays and
starting
Sunday.
Thursdays, yeah.
Yeah, which might be better days. But yeah, I don't know. This little free virtual event that they're doing in, Dallas sounds pretty cool. And it's free. Like I said, I can't stress that enough. I like free things. So, worth checking out.
Oh yeah, definitely. And then lastly, for kind of like our news segment, we have something really really cool that really caught my attention, and I just kind of wanted to bring up to see what you guys would think. Once again, we were talking this week about the Demon Slayer movie, Mugen Train, and it's only because the Demon Slayer movie is the first Japanese movie to top the U.S. box office since this is the crazy part, since the original Pokemon movie came to the U.S. Um,
Nice.
it set records in North America for foreign language films, and this past week, as Funimation announces, the movie beat out all other films to top the North American box office, which is the second time this has ever happened for a Japanese film. And the last time it happened, like I said, was Pokemon, the first movie, which aired 20 years ago, which is
Wow.
a long time.
I remember watching that movie in theaters, the Pokemon movie.
You watched it in theaters?
Yeah, my cousin took my brother and me.
Oh
Oh,
wow,
that's
that's
cool.
actually
Yeah,
really
we
cool.
got in,
I
we
watched it
got
on
in a car
VHS.
accident on the way there.
Okay,
Oh,
then there
that's
goes.
not cool.
Yeah.
That story took a turn. All right.
Yep.
Yep.
And if you guys remember last week when we had reported, Demon Slayer was actually behind Mortal Kombat when it first came out, but
Hmm.
I'm happy to say now Demon Slayer earned $6.4 million, eking past Mortal Kombat, which had raised 6.2 million. So
No way.
yeah,
Really?
yeah. Which
so hard to believe. Well, I love the movie, but like, wow, that's pretty impressive.
A lot of people got baited by the Mortal Kombat movie. I'm not even gonna lie. 6.2 and Demon Slayer barely made. Well, not barely, but they made 6.4. That's crazy. But yeah, I mean, according to ANN, Demon Slayer has now become the third highest grossing anime film ever in the United States with an estimated US 34 million as of Sunday, which would be this past Sunday. The previous third spot belonged to Dragon Ball Super Broly. Whoa, sick. While the other two spots remains Pokemon 2000, the movie, and Pokemon the first movie. Okay, cool. Well, there you go. I mean, yeah, I mean, you guys' thoughts on that? I mean, it's not only did it beat Mortal Kombat, but is now the number one, or not number one, but it's the first Japanese movie to top the U.S. box office since 20 years, or in 20 years.
It's cool to see, man. It's cool to see that people are going out there and supporting this movie. I mean, like, and for it to be able to pass up Pokemon, like Pokemon is such a like worldwide sensation that like, yeah, it's an anime, but it became its own thing. You know, like everybody knew what Pokemon was, and everybody was hyped for it. Like, and just to be able to, for this movie to keep up and even and over exceed what the first Pokemon movie did in theaters here in the United States. It's really, really cool to see, man. Like, people are really supporting this film. I like, super side note, I've been like just like on YouTube and stuff like that. I get certain ads like of the movie, and they straight spoil things in those ads, like crazy, like really big things. Like
For what, the Demon Slayer movie?
Yeah,
Really?
like in the commercials. Yeah, like when I'm on YouTube, some of them like show up. Like they spoil that the high ranking demon shows up. Like they just show him. Yeah, they just show him in the. I'm like, wow, okay. They show what's his name, the fire guy, when he's all bloody, like when he's like almost dying. Like they show a lot. I'm like, yo, what are you guys doing? You guys are ruining the movie.
Stinks.
Yeah, like I'm so glad I saw it before I saw those trailers. Oh, not trailers.
Same.
Those ads. I would have been really upset.
I definitely think you had to see the movie like once it kind of got released, because I figured, yeah, there was going to be tons of spoilers afterwards. Tons.
I figure like there'll be spoilers like in maybe forums or like, you know, or like social media, but like just a straight ad of a movie, like
That's crazy.
What are you doing? Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I think it's like, yeah, I'd be really pissed if all that got, like, I know, obviously I know what's gonna happen, but for somebody who doesn't, and then that just happens, it's just like super unfortunate. But I think that's about it for our little news segment, Rafa. Tune us out here, Rafa.
My mic keeps cutting out. Thank you, Hector and Renee, for the news. There you go.
We need to get you a new mic. I saw that on the plan pod. It was like the white blue Yeti or whatever.
Yeah, buy me a new one.
Hey, whoa. With the
you're not willing
Bento
to buy me a new one,
money.
don't be suggesting.
Dang.
Hey, he's not wrong though. He's right. I should mind my own business. I should mind my own business. You right. But that being said, though, we are moving right into My Hero Academia episode 94 review and recap. I actually was really hyped to see this episode. Only because Rafa hyped up the Mushroom Girl.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, this episode definitely put her in the spotlight.
I told y'all. Was she awesome?
I wouldn't say awesome. I actually kind of really didn't like her.
I liked her a lot.
She's cute.
You're a bum. You're such a bum.
No, I just didn't like her because, like, I don't know, man. I thought her quirk was dumb.
Yeah, I had like, so I understand, like, she like lets out all these different species of like mushrooms, but like, what was like the extent of it? Like, they didn't really do anything to anyone. I know that like some of them released like the poison, but like I don't know, like I wasn't blown away by her.
Did you guys not see what she did at the end?
No, yeah, I know she releases the. Wasn't it like some poisonous?
No,
She
no. What she did, she's her ability that she releases spores out of her body, okay?
Right.
And she can make them grow, the mushrooms. So the more humid the area is, the faster she can make these mushrooms grow. Okay,
Right.
so what she does, what she can do, but they tell her not to do, until the end when she was like, "I'm sorry, I had to do it," was that you as your opponent, you're breathing in all those spores, so she can make
Mm,
the mushrooms grow inside of you. So to one of
got
them,
it.
she had the mushrooms, a specific type of mushroom, grow inside her someone's throat, and they were suffocating. So she can kill people like that.
Okay. Okay.
That's what she did at the end of the episode. And
But I just like in the beginning when she's kind of just like letting them all out, like once you were kind of like it didn't do anything to the person, right? Like you were just covered in it.
well, she was clearly limited on what she could do.
Okay. That was
She
my
could have
thing because
just
that's how she was introduced. Like she's like, "Oh, like look at me, I'm Mushroom Girl," and she's like releasing all these mushrooms, but like
Look at me.
they weren't doing like they were just popping up everywhere. They weren't really doing much to I don't know. I was just like a little like, "Oh, okay." But I
it's
towards the end, yeah, for sure, like it was
like
cool, but
it's either she could make it grow mushrooms outside of your body or inside your
yeah,
body, and she's not allowed to do the inside of your body part
got it. Got it. Got it. Got it.
because she was
Okay.
literally suffocating. I forgot what it was
Tokoyami.
at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was
she
good
was
old
choking him out.
Tokoyami.
I love that. She was awesome.
She's cute.
I love that her eyes are her they're like little mushrooms. I don't know
Mushrooms.
yeah, and then she says shroom after everything. Man, she's cool. Hector, you're a hater, bro.
I just didn't like the character, and to be honest,
You're such a
I
hater.
didn't like the character. I thought, okay, you know how like
go
you
go be basic and go fawn over Momo.
I love
actually
Momo. Hey man.
I love Momo, but I'm actually
I
kind of
love her.
glad she took the L.
Wow.
Here's my reasoning though. I feel like um she got kind of cocky the way she was kind of talking at the beginning of the of the episode. She's like, I know everything. I have like I'm 7 steps ahead of you type conversation with everybody else, and she kind of was, but Kendo was just like a step or two ahead of her, and like I feel like this was a big like way that they kind of emphasized that Class B has been gearing it up as well,
Mhm.
which I liked. Granted, I felt like this roster of Class A, except for Tokoyami, but I felt like this roster of like Class A students was kind of like what's the term, like fodder or
Lame.
like yeah, I don't want to say that,
Yeah.
but like
They weren't all that. I
no,
mean,
Tokoyami and Momo were literally the only two that were worth even like.
Momo's overrated. Okay, Momo's overrated. First of all,
I think she tried her best.
No, I'm
I'm
saying
proud
she
of
did,
her.
especially at the end with Kendo.
Mhm.
like the canon thing was cool or whatever, but like I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of Momo. She's whatever
Yeah.
to me. Let's see. I love the belly button laser guy, but
Why do you love him?
I just I just love the flair. I say it every single
Oh,
week.
okay.
I love the flair. I love the pageantry. I love how he's just like, look at me. Like I just love his attitude, you know. But he sucks as a
Okay.
hero. He's not that great
He
of a
does. He
hero.
just dude, I
Yeah.
was dying every time he got captured and he's just like screaming. Oh, I was dying. He is
Yeah.
too funny.
I like him as a character. I don't he's not a good hero.
Oh yeah, I don't think
He's
he's
not a good hero at all. Invisible Girl, she's good at certain like specific situations, you know? Like I don't see her really helping out that much unless like it's a very specific situation where she could really shine. And then Bird Guy's cool, so it's whatever.
Yeah, I definitely think he was like one of the top ones.
Yeah. And then like on Team B, um what's your name? Kenna? Whatever.
Ken
The
Kendo,
Kendo, yeah,
yeah.
Kendo.
Kendall, she's awesome. I love her. I love her a lot. She's great.
Her quirk
Um,
is weird.
It is.
The big hand is just weird. I don't
it's
know.
cool. She
I
DK slaps people. It's awesome. And then who else? The shadow guy. He's a weirdo. He's totally a stalker guy. Whatever. He's lame. Who else?
Can we
The
talk about that ugly what's his name? Comic Man?
the comic book guy.
Oh
Yeah,
Comic Man was such a
my
dumb
goodness.
character.
I
he's
was like,
such a
what am I
stupid
looking at? And then they had to
character.
explain what he was. Like he's a manga. I'm like, wait, what? I'm
Yep,
like,
It's
he's
it
dumb.
was
so
really
It's
ugly.
dumb.
And like he his power is that he says action words and they spawn to life. I'm like, Whatever. This is stupid.
I was like, they didn't even try with him.
Yeah, right. He just came up with some random shit and threw it in there.
Oh.
And then who else? Who else is in them? And oh, good, Mushroom Girl. She's the best one. So there you go.
Yeah, I don't know. I like.
Oh,
I thought that
funny.
episode was kind of like all over the place, but in a good way. Like, I just like the Kendo versus Momo, especially when they got into the 1v1. Tokoyami being able
Yeah,
to
that
like
was
kind
cool.
of show out his new power or his new like super move that he created. But I feel like the stars of the show were definitely Kendo and the. I mean,
Say it.
no, I don't want to say it because like yeah, she
It's
came
true.
in clutch at the end with the move she's not supposed to use essentially. But like she was right. Like they would have lost if she didn't do it. Just clogging
Yeah,
up
that's how she did
Tokoyami's
it.
like voice or not voice
That's why she.
lungs.
That's why she did it.
But besides
See,
that, yeah,
she did come in clutch. She's the best.
I wouldn't say best. I feel like like there's like
Look how strong. Look how strong her powers is. She had to limit herself. She could have won that in 5 minutes in, but because he told her to limit herself, she didn't do it. When she was walking around at the beginning, spraying her little humidifier guns, which are it's hilarious that she's little humidifier guns, and making the mushrooms grow. She could have just made them grow inside of them and won the whole thing.
that's true.
That is true. I wonder why they didn't.
Because they could have died. It's
Yeah, it's like
dangerous.
life
Oh,
threatening,
you're right.
yeah.
You're right.
Yeah, so they told her not to do that unless they need it. Like you need to do it, and at the end she needed it to do it for them to win. So that's the only reason she did it.
I mean, it's kind of weird because like if you think about the people who have competed, it's like the first Class 1A versus Class 1B. Shinso was on Class 1A, so like I feel like that one was kind of set up for them to win, right? Because like Shinso is like
For
this,
sure.
it's like pretty you know
Right.
great guy, and then besides the girl with like the vines as her hair, like I don't think that there's anybody else that's on that, except for maybe Beast Guy or whatever his name is. Like
The Beast dude was cool.
yeah, besides them, like I feel like they're kind of just like maybe putting in 1 or 2 to possibly 4 in total, like star players from each team, like or like from each class, and be like these are like the spotlight characters, and then these are the other 2 like side characters that we'll give some more kind of like notice to or something like that. Because like Mushroom Girl was definitely not one of the girls or any character in Class 1B that people had their eye on until like this arc and then like this episode, which she obviously got to shine a lot. Because of her powers.
in the before this season, they never really put her in Class B. This is her actual introduction. If you go back to the other seasons with Class B, you don't see her there. Yeah, this is like the first time that you like drew her in.
Oh, okay.
You know, technically she's part of Class B. She's been part of Class B this whole time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Besides that, I feel like Tokoyami obviously right, and it's like, if you look at like the future matchups too, like I just wonder like, is it gonna be like an all out like one class over the other? Like, is that gonna be like the final thing where people are like, Class 1A or Class 1B is officially over Class 1A, class, you know, whatever the opposite is, or as if there's gonna be like, I don't know, like intense fights, right? Like if other characters are gonna get good shine, because like I don't know if you guys remember, but at the end of the episode, they kind of show previews of the next one, which is going to be like, well, I can only think of or remember Class 1A, but it's just like Todoroki, the guy that can create multiple like limbs.
I don't know his name.
Yeah, I don't remember his name. Ilya, which is the speed racer guy. I forget his name, his like hero name. I know it's Tenya, Ida.
Lita.
Oh, Ingenium, the turbo hero.
The class
Ingenium.
rep.
Yeah, the class rep. There
Yeah,
you go.
I call him Lita.
Oh, okay.
Isn't that his name?
I think so, yeah.
I
And
think.
then the guy with the tail.
Oh, Ida. Sorry. Yeah.
And then the guy with the tail, which I never understood that part either. I guess he just has like, I don't know. There are some characters in that show where I'm like, why are you in Class 1A? Or why are you in Class 1B? It's like, especially, what's that guy, the little pervy orange or purple guy?
Mineta.
I
That we keep
really
talking
hate,
about.
I hate Mineta so much.
Hey, Maybe that's how he got to class one day. Just everybody talks about him. Yeah, he's in everybody's mind.
Dude, what if he's like the next like
All
hero
Might.
we gotta look out for? Yeah, like what if I don't
That
know,
would be
like what if
so
his group
cringe.
he like shines out everyone, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Pretty funny.
Oh, I just remembered two people that are going to be in the next for Class 1B. It's the transfer student girl, the one with the horns, um, and the guy, the Kirishima's counterpart, the guy that like turns to steel.
Oh, mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah, it's
I don't know their
kind
names.
I
Too
don't
many.
remember his names.
There's too many.
Oh, I remember that. I just found out the steel guy's Tetsu. That's his name.
Okay.
Tetsu. That's his name. Cool, interesting name. Yeah, that guy. I don't know. Like, I feel like, especially with Todoroki being on there, I would kind of think that they would win. Especially because he's like one of the alleged like big three, right? Because it's like Bakugo, him, and Deku. But I don't know. I just, if anything, every episode with every like fight, it just kind of amps me up for like the next one. And like especially because like now we're in the last three fights where like our big characters are like I just said, Todoroki's in one, Bakugo's in the other, and then Deku as well. So like
Thank goodness.
I know like we're finally gonna get, well, I mean, they were some pretty good fights, but like we're
No,
gonna get
they
to
were
see
good
like all
fights.
out ones.
I already told you, like I know we talked about it last episode, but like I'm ready like to see something else. Like it's still great that I get to see everyone's quirk and they're battling and it's great. It's just now I'm like, okay, like how many more episodes of this before there's a new arc or whatever. Like that's where I'm at. I still enjoy it, but I want this to come to an end.
Give
Nah.
me the good stuff.
Hmm.
I still want to see what the blonde haired guy in Class B does. He's hilarious. I love him.
No,
One
for
of the-
sure. Like don't get me wrong, I do like seeing everyone's like quirks and seeing how much they've improved. I'm just ready to like just see what else is going on as they're doing this training. You know what I mean? Like what else is happening as they're doing this is what I'm curious about.
I guess we'll find out after they're done with this.
But yeah, but that's the
I
thing. It's like
I don't have a choice.
I'm also worried about like we said last time, like if it's a setup then fight type of like schedule, then I don't think it's gonna last very long, or it's gonna keep a lot of people interested, because like you gotta keep giving us action, like especially after the last
Mhm.
episode, which was like I felt like it was pretty good, or like this episode 94, but like you gotta give us more, and like the fact that in the
Mhm.
preview you see Todoroki immediately creating like a giant wall of ice, like that already makes me hype for that fight. So like if they give us like action-packed episodes, especially with Todoroki, Bakugo, and Deku coming up, then I think we'll be fine,
Mhm.
and it'll wrap up perfectly. Like we'll just say it was a slow start, but it got good immediately. And granted, we're only what, maybe 6 episodes in now, 5 6 episodes in, so it's like we're nearing. I wouldn't say the half point, but like we're already a quarter of the way done, right? So it's like it's got to start ramping up at some point, and so I'm hoping it's like this last episode was like, okay, we're going into it full throttle now, and now you guys get nothing but like good story content and then good
Mhm.
action, because like that's how I feel like it's gonna become even better.
Yeah, we just have to wait and see.
Yep.
But it's good. I mean, I am enjoying it.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, yeah, it's I'm enjoying it. I'm liking all the episodes. I'm liking this season a lot.
Mhm.
I have no problem with this season at all.
Would you say that this is one of your more favorite seasons, or would it be even in your top three, top four?
I'm enjoying it. I'm gonna have to rethink the seasons again, because I am enjoying the episodes, but story wise, it's not like something like with like Overhaul, where like a lot of big things happened in that storyline. You know, so um, it is better than the school festival arc. That the festival arc was kind of boring
Yeah, that one was kind of hard to finish.
when they were just kind
Yeah.
of hanging out and playing music and shit.
Yeah.
Even
Oh,
though
I'm surprised. I'm surprised you didn't like that, Rafa.
Yeah, I know. It's really weird.
I mean, hey, I only have enough room for one anime that's just they just fuck around and play music. So
Oh. But yeah, I would say so far this season isn't really like my favorites. Like I would have to like you, Rafa, like just try to look at the other seasons again. But like for sure, I enjoy this, but I think I was more into the first couple of seasons a little bit more. Yeah, and I definitely didn't really like the school festival one as well, but it's still good.
I'll say maybe to the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I can actually agree with that. I know for a fact School Festival is at my bottom. It
Mm-hmm.
is the one I like the least out of everything. So whether this season is going to be right below it or right above it or towards the top, I have yet to see. But I just want to see like again, I've read this before, so like I know something big
Oh,
is
right.
coming. So it's just like I want to see how they animate it, and if they do it justice, and then even add on to it, like oh my god, it's gonna be a banger. But
I know, and I have to be careful online because there's already like a lot of articles and stuff out about like what's gonna happen next, like what villains are gonna be around. And I'm like, please, like no, like don't ruin this for me. But like I love the villains in My Hero. Like I think they're probably one of my favorite. Like the whole league of villains. Like I love every single one. Like My Hero has some really good villains, and that's what I'm looking forward to. Like I just want them to be thrown back into the story again. But I just know things are circulating already about what's coming up, so I just have to be careful.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I feel like we've kind of discussed quite a bit about My Hero now. Ooh, I just saw what's next. It is a long time coming, but we're finally get to it. We got to hear Renee's reaction, her thoughts, her recap on the first episode, Rafa, of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Oh, I'm not ready for this. I didn't know this was happening today.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was overdue because I know you watched Castlevania last week. So I did tell you that I was going to watch the first episode of JoJo.
Okay.
And I was scared. I'm going to say that right now. I was scared because once again, this was the show that had all these swole people. And I'm like, why do they look like that? Whatever.
right.
So I watched the first episode.
Uh-huh.
And right off the back, I really liked the way it looked. Like, so I
Oh.
know JoJo, I don't know when it came out. When did this come out? The first season?
The first, like the anime season itself?
Yeah.
Um,
Or the first episode.
I have to look that up.
I was expecting I wasn't expecting it to look as good as it did. Like I thought the visuals were really, really nice. Like the
That
colors and everything were just like beautiful. I'm like, this looks pretty decent for this being like an older
that's that
show.
is JoJo. JoJo has like the one of the most unique looks in manga and in anime.
Yeah,
That's
so
just in
like
JoJo in general.
I was like, okay. I'm like, I appreciate the art style. I appreciate the colors, the visuals. I'm like, okay, this looks pretty cool. Like I can give it a fair shot because it doesn't look like shit, you know? Um, so then yes, I watched the first episode. Um, I you see what happens to JoJo's family. I think it was his dad, his mom, and JoJo who were in an accident. And I think the wife died. And then
No,
you have
that's not JoJo.
wait,
That's
what?
that's Dio. That's Dio, the blonde guy.
Alex lied to me.
Oh my god, you're listening to
Oh my.
Alex?
So well, oh my goodness. Okay, now that threw me off because I thought Dio was Brando's, what's his name?
Yeah, Dio
The old
Brando.
guys. That's
Oh
not.
shit, no, I'm getting confused. No, you're right. You're right. You're right. The
Oh
Dio
my goodness.
I'm getting confused here. No, you're right. The Dio Brando and his dad saved
Save
uh
George.
Joe
Yes, the
George.
dad.
Yeah, the dad. Yeah, I'm sorry. I was getting
Rafa,
confused.
my heart's beating really fast. I'm like, oh my god. I thought I was
No, no,
following
no,
this
no, no.
pretty well.
No, you got it. You're on the right page. Yeah.
Um. Anyways, yeah. So like, it looked like just the character, like the characters, how they were drawn and stuff. Like it just looked really good. And then yeah, just explain the story a little bit. Yeah. So like you find the dad. Yeah, the dad's in this accident. The wife didn't make it. The baby survived, and like Brando, who kind of was just there with his wife, were like, okay, like let's steal their stuff, like because the dad was like wearing a suit and like he had like a briefcase and he had all this jewelry. So Brando was like, okay, let's take his stuff. And then the dad, JoJo's dad was waking up, was like, oh my God, like you're here to save me. I'm like, thank you so much. And I just thought that was just hilarious because like here's this dude literally just trying to like steal what he
Rob
had.
him, yeah.
Yeah, and then he's like, oh, like I owe you whatever. So then so then you're introduced to like JoJo and then Dio, who I hate.
Dio's
Um
such an asshole, isn't he? Isn't he a
he
piece of
look
shit?
he just looks like a bad guy. Like just right off the back. I'm like, this kid isn't he isn't a good kid.
Mm.
And with the whole like, when the Joe stars take him in after his dad passes away and then how he's just out to just like take over, JoJo's life and just he's like just being an asshole to him and he killed JoJo's dog.
He did. I
I
hate
was so
him.
sad.
Dude, my blood was boiling when I was watching that when I first got into JoJo because I fucking hated Dio. Dio's such an asshole.
I hate when people like animals, like really, like the dog did nothing to you. Like
He's
literally, he pulls up, the first day he's meeting JoJo. JoJo's like, "Oh, look at my dog, Danny," and then Dio's like, "Forget about your," and like punches the crap out
he
of the dog. I'm
knees
like,
him. He
"What?"
knees him in the
Yeah.
face.
I was like, "Oh no, I don't like this kid."
No
But like
good.
right off the back, like I'm into the story. I'm like, okay, like this is crazy, like this is insane, and like yeah, just seeing everyone choosing Dio over JoJo, like Dio has the upper hand. He's stronger. He has the better manners and all this. But in the end, he's the bad guy.
Right.
I enjoyed it. I did not think I was gonna enjoy it, but the first episode was really good. I'm like, okay, like the story's really interesting. As I said, like it looks really good. I'm on JoJo's side at this point. And I'm curious just to see like what happens because I know I mean, they're kind of like rivals at this point.
Right.
And they do then I think the first episode you see the mask. Like there's this you see it, but they don't talk about it. There's
Yeah.
something going on with this mask that has some sort of like special ability. So I'm really curious to know like what that's all about. But first episode, I didn't think I was gonna like it. And it was good. I'll
Oh,
probably
cool.
I'll probably I'll probably keep watching. Um yeah, I was actually surprised myself that I enjoyed it as much as I did.
That's cool. I'm glad I enjoyed it. The mask ties into season one, which of course that's what the mask is introduced. But it also ties into season two.
Okay,
Um,
cool.
the mask does, and then Dio uh ties into season three. So.
Okay. Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I liked it. And then I don't know, I think Netflix kind of just like started playing the episode because I didn't hear the intro song until I started playing the second episode. And it was a
Mm.
really good intro.
Yeah,
That's a beautiful
Joe.
yes.
Joe. Yes.
It was
Yes.
really good. I'm like, wow, like I actually might like this. So yeah, so far. So far so good, Rafa. That was a
There you go. Thank you.
good recommendation.
Someone who realizes the goodness of JoJo, unlike Hector.
Look, I will say, JoJo, I know for a fact, is like a loved show, but you can say it's a top 10 show.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes, it is a top 10 show. You're bugging, dude. You're crazy. You're
I
crazy.
can name multiple shows that are better than that show.
JoJo is. See, you haven't even seen it though. How can you say?
I've seen it. I've watched like a few episodes.
A few episodes. Okay. Like, dude. Like, okay,
I'm like,
that's
okay,
why.
I just can't get into the art style, the early art style. I know later on it gets better, and I know it gets quirky and all that stuff, and then they add like the personas or whatever, which makes it even weirder and whatnot. But like, I don't know, man. Just JoJo to me has never been a show that I'm like, oh man, this looks sick. Let me check it out. It's like, no, I've never.
But
ever thought
you
of that.
rather watch Sword Art Online? Shut up, bro. Get out of my face.
First of all, Sword Art Online has better story than that.
No, oh my
You're
God,
so
dude.
mad right now. I can tell. You're fuming.
Oh my
You're
God. Let's
fuming
move
right
on
now.
before I get
no.
fucking heated.
Yeah.
Let's move on before I get
fuming right
fucking
now.
heated. Because Hector,
Oh
Hector, you're full
no.
of shit. Hector, you're full of shit.
What time is it? I gotta go.
It's almost that time,
Uh,
guys. Don't worry. But no, I mean, yeah, I can see why people like JoJo. It's just not for me. I'll leave it at that. Rafa.
I guess.
But that being said, moving on to everybody's favorite ending segment. It's time for anime swap, Rafa. By the way, I should probably mention I don't like only at Rafa, because I know Renee's here, obviously, right? I just thought about that right now because I don't know if I doubt people think of it this way, but it's like I always say it's time for news segment, Rafa. Or it's time for
Yeah.
that, but it's just like I say it so I can cue him up to do the sound effect.
No, and it works, and I think that's what people expect. I was expecting Rafa to do that, so I think you're fine. It's fine.
You're overthinking things, Hector.
Honestly, yeah, probably, but no. What's it called? Yeah, I mean, I honestly want to start off because I don't know how Rafa felt, but holy shit,
Oh,
Renee, be the
What?
beginning. I fuck with it heavy. I fuck with it so heavy. The first episode legit caught me in right away. Especially
I told you.
the first like 3 minutes of it, I was like, "Hey yo, this is sick." I was actually
Okay.
really surprised. The whole murder thing, and then especially like how crazy it was at the beginning, how like this spoilers for those of you who don't know or haven't watched it, but the first like literally I'm the biggest like believer in the show after the first 5 minutes because it's like this girl's running in the forest. She was getting chased by these like serial killers. I kind of like they're also serial killers, but like minor serial killers. But like yeah, like they're chasing her in the forest, and then and then out of nowhere, they catch up to the girl, and then they're like, okay, cool, it's time to clean our kill. And you see like she's about to get hurt or whatever, and then our main character comes in and just chops off their heads, and their heads essentially roll into the camera that's watching them, and the guy who's watching it freaks out, and then all you see is the main character's eye, and I was like, this is sick. After that one scene, like few minutes, I was like, yeah, I'm in. And I actually really fucked with the heavy, and after that episode 2 and 3, I was like, yeah, this sucks. So like for sure this is on my I'm gonna finish this show soon list. Like I really liked it.
That makes me really happy. How do you feel about Keith?
Ooh, okay.
I think
Yeah, Keith is like the detective with the black hair, right? Like the afro.
yeah.
Yeah. I like him. I don't know if they fully explained it in the first 3 episodes, but like his connection to the other 2 guys, which is like the main character and the guy with the white hair.
Yeah,
the main villain.
they'll explain. I don't want to say much because everything does get explained. They kind of just like introduce you. Yeah.
They clearly hint that there's a connection there.
Yes. But then they go into depth like what their connections are. So definitely something to look forward to. But it all gets all your questions and they all get solved after the first probably 3 episodes.
Okay, yeah, because like that's what I was just like. I was like, obviously it's like super clear that there's something between those 3. So I was like, okay, cool. Like, looking forward to seeing what that is. But then besides that, like, yeah, like the first 3 episodes, like definitely got me in. Like I want to watch this show all the way completely. And I think you said there was like a season 2 as well.
Yes. So season 2 came out like in March. So I'm actually rewatching season 1 because I watched it when it came out, and then I kind of like forgot some of like what it was about. So I'm already on episode 11 of season 1. It's so good. I can't stress. I mean, I think it's a good show. I'm looking forward to season 2.
Can I talk now?
Sorry, yeah. Sorry. Sorry,
That's
Rafa.
fine.
I was really excited.
Let me tell you why this show sucks. No, I'm kidding.
Oh no,
no.
it's okay.
No,
No,
I actually like the show. No, I really enjoyed it. I didn't get on board all the way like Hector did. Hector did immediately at the beginning. It was cool to like over time I started to buy in more and more into the show. Like, okay, this is cool. I like this. And towards the end, towards episode 3, I'm like, yeah, I like this show. I'm for sure gonna keep checking this out. I don't know if I'm gonna be on it like you guys are, but it's
Mm-hmm.
for sure something that like it caught my interest. I like the idea behind it. You know, it kind of feels like it has the elements of kind of like Death Note almost. You know,
Exactly.
it
Mm-hmm.
has like the quirky, weird, genius detective, which is
Mm-hmm.
Keith. You know, he's like in the same vein as L, but
Yep.
like, but I like how he's like L, but he's not just a copy of L. Like he's his own weird, he's his
Mm-hmm.
own goofy, eccentric character, and I really like Keith. I honestly I liked his look before he shaved his beard with the
Yeah.
crazy hair and the big beard. I wish he kept that look. But either way, like Keith was really entertaining. I really liked him. I like the main girl.
Lily.
The Yeah, she's great.
She's
My
cute. Mm-hmm.
my yeah, it's one of my favorite scenes of the 3 episodes is when she's by the food table and she's like, "I want to eat." And they're telling her, like, "Yo, like, don't eat. Like, you're gonna make noise on the mic. It's gonna sound nasty or whatever." Like, I found that so funny. And then with the bad guys, like with the bad guys, they clearly have like this master plan, and you know, Keith is
Mm-hmm.
trying to figure it out, and it also involves you know the Lily's brother, whatever the hell that guy is. You know, I kind of wish they kept his identity a little bit hidden of like
Oh.
who he was, because I mean off the cuff you know that this guy, the brother, is the king or whatever the hell that thing's called, the monster dude.
Um. That's actually not Lily's brother. They're just friends.
Oh, okay, I thought they were
Mm-hmm.
brothers. I thought they were brother and sister, but like I wish you had kept that hidden more, because like the one thing that when okay, so like Hector was saying at the beginning, there's those guys who are trying to like hurt that lady, and then
Mm-hmm.
you know he comes in and saves them, right? And then he leaves this tag, whatever the B thing sign or whatever, and then it cuts to this guy. I don't remember his name, but
Goku. Koku. Koku.
Koku, whatever.
Yeah, I think that's his name. Koku.
He's walking on a roof for some reason, broad daylight, just on a roof of someone's house, and then he jumps off the roof, and it's like at least 2 stories tall. Like, bro, no regular humans are gonna survive that fall, right? So I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, I'm like, okay, well, that's him. Like, like at that point, I was like, that's him. That's the guy. Like, he's the winged, he's the monster guy who saves people. Because like, no, a human being would not survive that. So I was like, okay, that's him. Whatever. That's cool. So then you know it goes on, and you see him trying to get their attention, and you know Keith shows up, or whatever. And then they have the whole thing where with the ball with the poison gas and all that stuff, like that was a really cool thing they did with
Right.
that.
Mm-hmm.
That was a lot of fun. Um, Overall, I like the bad guys. I like how the bad guys have like the face paint and stuff like that. I
Mm-hmm.
really like the bad guy, the one with the short hair with the long dress.
Short hair.
It was in
Lo-
episode 3.
The girl?
Yeah, the girl. Yeah,
Yeah, I think I know. Yes. Mm-hmm.
she was cool. The only I I I have no problems with the show. I really enjoy the show a lot. I just have like a really small nitpick. Um,
What is it?
she was skateboarding down a building. That
Yeah.
looks stupid as fuck to me. You know, I'm like, how are you skateboarding down a building like that? Like I mean, I kind of just chalked it up to like superpowers or whatever, because like they do have superpowers like
Mm-hmm.
these guys. I'm like, I guess I'll let that slide. But I was like, man, this looks so fucking dumb. Like when the box broke and I saw this, they showed us the skateboard for like a split second. I'm like, oh, please don't do no stupid shit with this skateboard right now. But it was all right. Like like the skateboard went flying. At a certain point, the skateboard went like flying off, and it was like flipping through the air. And then she somehow landed on the skateboard. I was like, oh, I like you, show, so I'm not gonna take points away, but please don't do this shit again. Um, no, but overall,
Okay.
I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. I can't see where I really like the whole murder mystery type thing. Like I said, I get vibes from Death Note
Yes,
from it, and
and I think that's why I liked it as much because of the same vibes. Yeah, for sure.
right. So like it's dealing on a really big scale where you know a lot of people are involved, because it's like an ensemble cast, right? Like you have like the police
Yep.
force and them, like they're really cool too. Like the old guy's funny. I like him. the Lily, she's really cool, and then there's like the younger guy, and then there's the bald dude. Like you get to,
Yeah.
I know for a fact you're gonna get to know these characters, and you're gonna end
Mhm.
up liking them. So just like the police force in Death Note.
Mhm.
And I really like the idea of like there's this group who have this agenda, have this master plan that it's not so easy to see what they're planning,
Yep.
and we have the genius quirky guy chasing after them, which
Mhm.
is Keith. You know, just like in Death Note. I can't wait to see where it goes. It looks like it's gonna be fun.
It gets really good. And the
Yeah.
fact that you were able to put all that together from the first 3 episodes, like that's impressive. Like you're
Um,
kind of like spot on. So, but yeah, I would say like if you guys do continue the show, like a lot of stuff that you probably think you know now, it's really not, it's like the story takes a whole different turn.
mm.
So it's very there's a lot of surprises. Um, but yeah, no, I mean, I'm glad you guys didn't hate it. I didn't really know what to expect. I didn't know how like if you guys really like this genre. Like I don't know, have you guys seen besides Death Note? Right? I mean, I didn't know how much how many other psychological thrillers you guys have seen.
I like psychological thrillers. I don't talk about them that often, but I do
Hmm.
enjoy them.
I actually don't watch them much at all, to be honest. At
Yeah.
least, at least I don't think I do. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
No,
probably can say I don't really watch a lot of psychological thrillers, which like, I mean, clearly I probably should be because this is good. I like it a lot.
it gets really good. Yeah. Oh, I'm happy.
Yeah.
So for Renee's first anime swap is a 10 out of 10. Seems like it knocked out of the park. This is your first one, right? Yeah.
Yeah, this is the
Yeah,
Yeah.
it
first one I
is.
recommended.
Well, there you go. Knock out of the park.
Yay.
Home run. All bases loaded. I probably should have asked this beforehand, but hey, Rafa, did I ever recommend to you Darwin's Game?
I don't think so, and I'm pretty sure I never watched it.
Oh, perfection! Because guess what? This week it is my turn to recommend to you guys animes that I want
Hey.
you guys to watch. And well, I mean, yeah, I kind of spoiled Rafa's already, but Rafa, I want you to watch Darwin's Game, and essentially it is somewhat of wow, I just kind of contradicted myself really heavily. It's kind of like a psychological thriller.
Hey.
um, but like not really. So Darwin's Game is an anime where these select people get kind of put into this quote unquote game where Darwin's theories and thought processes kind of are like really prevalent, right? Like they're really make people question what they do and things like that. So I'll read you kind of the synopsis and then kind of break it down a little bit further. So Kaname Sudo, an ordinary high school student, receives an invitation email to try a mysterious app called Darwin's Game. Kaname, upon launching this app, is drawn into a game where players fight one another using superpowers called sigils. Without knowing the reason for all this, can Kane survive furious battles against the powerful players who attack him? And kind of like the little twist on this is that the way you kind of win is by killing the other person. So you're kind of stuck in this. Think of it kind of like a battle royale where you're kind of dropping into the world, and the only way you survive is by being the last person or by fulfilling certain requirements. And there's like little mini games. So, for example, in one of the episodes, they get teleported to this world where it's just the players, and they have to collect these gems. And each gem, it's the red, blue, green, whatever, right? Each gem has a different numerical value, and anybody who has under 50 points or like whatever amount of points is immediately killed, and only a certain amount of people can have the allotted amount of points. So like it's like this really crazy game where you kind of have to run around, and people kind of, let's say you're in the same vicinity as one another, you can like challenge somebody to a duel and things like that. Like it's really really interesting, and a lot of the characters kind of have like very interesting backstories and things like that. So that one is for you, Rafa.
All
And
right.
Is it like Hunger Games? I don't know, maybe not.
kind of
It sounds
actually
like Hunger
in a
Games.
sense, yeah, it's, that's Hunger Games is actually a really good
It
way of explaining it too.
it kind of sounds like Future Diary in a
Kind of,
sense.
yeah, that too. Like it's a weird thing, like it's a mix of a lot of things, but it's really really really
Okay.
cool. um And speaking of really cool, Renee, I am giving you one of my all-time favorite animes. No pressure. I am not the type like Rafa to say our friendship is ruined if you don't like it. But I actually
It's not a slice of life, right?
No, it is not. It is
Okay,
actually
good.
it is actually my all-time favorite isekai, which is for those of you that may or may
Okay.
not remember, an anime in which you die in the real world, quote unquote, and then get teleported to a fantasy realm or just a world that is not your own. And in this one, my favorite part about it is that you have to watch this show called ReZero Starting Life in a New World.
ReZero.
Yeah,
ReZero?
so
Is that what you
so
said? Okay.
RE:0
Okay.
Starting Life in a New
Okay.
World. Um like I said, this is one of my all-time favorite animes. Hands down,
Okay.
top 5, top 3 animes. And the synopsis for it reads: Natsuki Subaru, an ordinary high school student, is on his way home from the convenience store when he finds himself transported to another world. As he's lost and confused in a new world where he doesn't even know left from right, the only person to reach out to him was a beautiful girl with silver hair. Determined to repay her for saving him from his own despair, Subaru agrees to help the girl find something she's looking for. But the crazy
Okay.
part about this is I'm telling you, you are not gonna. I don't want to spoil anything, but you are not gonna expect the twists and turns that are in this.
Okay.
It's super super cool. There is a bit of action, in the show, so it's not nothing crazy like Naruto action or like Black Clover
Aw.
action or anything like that. But the action scenes are sick when you get to them. There's like magic in the world too, and it's really 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 cool. And I want to see if episode 1 hooks you, but if not, I know
Okay.
2 and 3 kind of build on the story as well, and it's really really interesting. It's an anime where it's very story based, so a lot of the story is what kind of, it's like you're kind of along for a long ride, and it's really really cool. Season 1 is probably one of my favorite seasons, and then 2 and 3 kind of get really intense too. So yeah, I can't wait to hear what you think on that, but. Yeah, same thing
Cool.
for Rafa too. Like Darwin Game is it's not one of my favorite animes, but it's one that I actually really really enjoyed. But yeah,
I'm
All right.
excited. I'm excited. This will be my first. I think it's my first like isekai recommendation. So I'm excited.
It's a good way to start off. And ReZero is like one of the most, if not the most popular
Hmm.
isekai. That's not like straight comedy. I mean, for me personally, I like Konosuba better, but I mean that one's just a straight comedy.
Got
Isekai.
it. Okay. Okay. I'll give it a shot.
Like this one's like a actual story. I mean, Konosuba also has a story, but this is more like drama, thriller,
Hmm.
like story.
yeah, emphasis on the thriller. Like there's like it's really cool. Like I said, it's one of my favorite animes of all time. But I don't want to hype it too much in case you don't
No,
like
for
it.
sure.
But I mean, yeah, that's I would say we have come to the end of the pod. I actually have one question actually. For future reference, Renee, do you like comedy animes? Like, is that something that you would, I guess, normally
I
watch?
I haven't. I can't say that I've seen one. So I can't really.
Oh,
I haven't. I haven't seen one.
okay.
I guess. So it doesn't sound like something I would like, but that's just me judging it. Like I don't know. I might.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, because like I was also like kind of Rafa brought up. I was dabbling between giving you Konosuba, but I'm like, I like ReZero better, so that's why I gave you that one. But like 2, I was like, I don't know,
Okay.
man. Like Konosuba it's not really like action. It's definitely like more like comedy isekai 100% with like some elements of like magic and action, but like that's like to a
Yeah.
minimum
Yeah,
degree.
it's pretty much what Konosuba does is that it takes the genre of isekai and makes fun of it. That's pretty much the point of what that show does.
Okay.
So it'd be kind of hard showing her Renee Konosuba without her really watching any other isekais to really
That
kind
is
of
true.
get it.
Okay.
But yeah, we have come to the end of the pod. And this was a good one. I liked a lot of the news segments, and of course, I loved it. My Hero Academia talk, which you'll be hearing it every week, baby, until the end of the season's done. But Trust. Next week is going to be a banger, especially because we got Todoroki and the rest of the gang. And then, yeah, I mean, it is hopefully amping up to be a good episode as well next week. And yeah, I mean, I guess before we close out, Rafa, do you have any final shout outs or anything you want to bring up again?
I guess I should
I guess.
plug the other podcast I'm in before Hector yells at me.
You make me sound like such a tyrant. This is not the case here. We both agreed that Renee. No, we both agreed that Renee is the boss here. Remember in the chat, okay?
Oh yeah, Renee.
Wait,
is,
what?
Renee is the
No.
Chief Renee.
Please no. Please stop.
Yes, sir. Stop, sir. So I want to quickly plug the podcast that I am in. Outside of this one, it is the Playing Pod with Alex, John, and Rafa, which is me, on Geek Jar 3000. We're on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, pretty much the same platforms that we're on, like on this podcast, where we talk about video games for the most part, and we also kind of just goof around, talk about other things too. We also have the Does It Hold Up movie podcast, which is only on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, where we review old school movies to see if they're still good. The last movie we just reviewed was Back to the Future. That was a lot of fun, and we have a few other things planned in the future. So hopefully it turns out pretty well. Some more good podcast entertainment coming out soon, hopefully.
Love that. Love to hear that. But also, I want to plug one of my good friends' Etsy page. It is Artist and Gamer. Check them out. They have incredible products there. Cups. What is that thing called? The thing coasters. There you go. That's I always forget the name of those. I put my cup on there. That's it. I actually have one right next to me. That's how I just remembered. I was like, what is that thing called? Coasters. They have incredible. Honestly, I want to plug the same cup I always plug every single time because this is my absolute favorite. The Pokemon Purple Cafecito cup. That is my shit. I love that cup. I use it every time, and anybody that tries to use it in my household gets a stern yelling at because that is not allowed. But yeah, no, I love that cup. Anyways, besides that, I also want to shout out our Twitch channels. They're going to be in the description down below. Twitch.tv/RafaBotGaming and Twitch.tv/Ultra_VMan. There we occasionally stream. Some more than others. Rafa was
follow Hector before you follow me. He'll stream more often than I do.
But yeah, that is pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we will catch you guys on the next one. Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Oh, say goodbye. Okay, cool. Bye. Bye.
Nah, I take it back. Bad bye.